gonna sneeze. We're good. Hey guys, so kind of a different video today. One of my favourite types of videos to watch on YouTube are people's monthly favourite videos. Yeah, so favourites videos give me a really good idea of products that I want to check out, you know, brands that I haven't tried before, things that I might want to order in the next month, and just things that I kind of, you know, it just gives me a broader scope of things that I might be interested in purchasing for myself. It's just a really kind of quick fire review of lots of different products, and every so often I'll see something and think, actually I don't have something like that, I'll go get it. So I kind of wanted to do the same sort of thing because they're my favourite sort of videos, so they're the kind of thing that I most want to make myself. Yeah, so I haven't actually been wearing makeup much this month because I've been on holiday from university and you know, being away and stuff, and just haven't bothered with makeup all that much. So the things there's fewer things that have stuck out in terms of makeup, but I've got a few things in terms of films and books and that kind of thing that I want to talk about. But I'll start off with makeup anyway because that's what this channel is. And yeah, one of the first things I got this when I was in Paris, and you've seen it before, I've used it quite a lot. It's the MAC Fix. It's MAC Fix Plus. Because I have oily skin, I haven't been using this to fix my makeup, but I've absolutely loved it in deepening the pigmentation of eyeshadows and stuff. Just spritzing it over a brush that I've just put in eyeshadow, before or after if I'm using a loose pigment, and then just pat onto the eyelid and everything just becomes a lot more pigmented. I'm gonna change this. So I definitely will be purchasing a full size of this at some point. It has so been worth the money that I spent on it. The next thing I've talked about a lot, I did an entire video on it, so I'm only going to mention it very briefly, and that is the Makeup Forever Face and Body Foundation. If you're interested in hearing more about this stuff, there is a link in the description, and I'll put a little thing over the video, so you can go watch that. Another thing that I did a video on, but still is worth mentioning in case you haven't seen that video and you want to know more, is the Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette. This is a 10 shadow eyeshadow palette, and it is gorgeous, and most of my looks recently have been coming from this when I've been wearing eyeshadow. Another really recent purchase, this is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I used to use brow pencil all the time, and then after I got the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo, I switched over to powder use, but I wanted something that was actually quicker because I picked up, and this is another product I love, it's not my favourite, but it's great for really quick eyebrows, which is the Maybelline Brow Drama Pomade Crayon, which I was using whilst I was on holiday because I wasn't doing much makeup and I needed to do it quickly because my parents would yell at me if I was taking too long. So I just kind of swept this over the eyebrow and combed it through, and that was just what I used for a bit more eyebrow definition because I don't like going outside without my eyebrows done. I feel naked. So yeah, because of that, I decided, because I was doing a NYX order, because you can now order NYX stuff from Boots online. Where I am currently doesn't have a counter for it, but you can order it. And if you've got it in a counter near you, well, lucky you, you sod. This is, including the packaging, it is very similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I think the formula of that is a bit more waxy than this, but I love this, and I haven't tried the Anastasia Brow Wiz. This was something like £9, which is definitely more expensive than it would be if you got it in the States, but you know, a trip to the States is expensive, so this is cheaper. So it's just a really fine, like, pencil. It's an automatic. And then at the other end it's got a spoolie brush for just combing everything through. It's been speeding up my brow process. They look kind of more natural. I use the powder over the top of the brow pencil and before my L'Oreal brow mascara thing if I want a really dramatic brow. But if I'm just going for a kind of day-to-day brow, oh, this is what I have on my eyebrows currently, and this is the shade Taupe because I didn't want something too warm, and for some reason Boots didn't have the ash brown, so I went for this because it's a more cool tone thing. I'll try and show you. You know, it's a dark, kind of ash brown colour. It's pretty universal. I'd say it could pretty much fit on all eyebrows if you like a dramatic brow. And I mean, blonde, probably not right, but I am kind of blonde at the moment and it's working for me, but that's because I'm naturally brunette, so if you like a lighter eyebrow, don't go for this. But if you've got anything from kind of mousy brown hair up to black, you can probably get away with it. The next thing is something that I've been meaning to try out for ages, and it's not specifically a product, it's more like, it's a subscription box. You've all seen the adverts all over your Facebook, but yes, it is Birchbox, which I ordered for the first time this month, and this month was a collaboration with Rifle Paper Company, which is why the normally black box looks so insanely adorable, and I'm never throwing this out ever because it's so cute and so pretty, and I'm going to keep stuff in it. It arrived pretty quickly. I think it arrived a week after I ordered it, and the reason I was prompted to get it this month rather than all the other months I've contemplated getting it is because they were doing one Benefit product in each box this month, which was super exciting because Benefit's just had a launch of loads of new stuff, like the Dew the Hula, which is the matte liquid bronzer of their like cult classic one that I use all the time, and like the Dandelion highlighter and loads of other stuff. Some of their professional stuff came out as well. So yeah, mine came with a tiny thing of Dew the Hula, which I am wearing currently, but I have got normal hula over the top of it because of reasons. Don't ask me to justify that. I was really pleased with everything that came in here. I got some Beaver Professional like pH balanced shampoo and conditioner, just little sample ones, and I got this Cynthia Rowley eyeliner, which I'm wearing today because I finally managed to get the cap off because it was like jammed on. So I've finally been able to use that, and that's really nice as well. Some really nice foot cream, and a little thing of, and this is so cute, and this little thing of dry oil, multi-purpose dry oil, face, body and hair, and this is by Nuxe, don't know how to pronounce that, N-U-X-E, Paris. Something French, I don't know. But this is really nice and smells amazing. So yeah, good little like collection of stuff. I was really impressed, and I'll definitely be using it again next month, even on my poor student budget. And I think the last thing from this kind of category of stuff, this is just a sample size, but it's of the Oriental, I don't really agree with that name, but a perfume by Zara. It was super cheap. This was like €4, something like that, and it's 10ml, and it smells absolutely amazing. I can't really describe what it is. It's just a very kind of warm, like vanilla-y scent, and I really like vanilla scents. And it's a really nice daytime one. A lot of my perfume, in fact basically all of them are like nighttime ones, so picking this up was a revelation. So I can just chuck this in my handbag and dot it on when I want to. And yeah, I'm definitely picking up a full size of this when I find it. The lasting power is, it's like pretty good for the price. I was surprised by the lasting power, like it gets pretty subtle, and you know, no one's going to be smelling that much on you unless they're like right up against your throat by the end of the day, which is weird. But you know, I can smell it, and that's what counts. I'm all about pleasing me. Yeah, so those are my fave kind of cosmetic things. So I'll get into the other stuff that I've liked this month. Yeah, so I'm someone who really struggles at drinking enough water because the sink is all of about 3 meters away from my bed. So, and I really like the kind of cups that I'm not going to spill water all over myself in bed trying to drink from, because if I'm at home I'm probably in bed on Netflix. So I got this from Tiger, which I think is a Danish shop, but they're kind of all over the UK now, and they've got just a load. They're kind of like an IKEA for not furniture, but like, you know that bit when you get to the end of IKEA and it's all like random decorative shit and like big paintings and stuff, like fake ones that you can hang up, and just random house stuff for your house. And Tiger's kind of like that. So this was £2. Yeah, And it's just, you know, it's cute. It's got like this is like a hard plastic straw, so it's not gonna get all like chewed up. And you know, it's just got a metal lid. It's not really like leak proof really, but it's better than a cup. And it's got a little polka dotty pattern on it. Yeah, and I've been really enjoying this, and it's made sure that I'm actually drinking enough. Films. So I've seen 2 films in the cinema recently. I mean, I've watched more films than that, but I've watched 2 in the cinema, and they're ones that, you know, should still be on. One of them definitely is still on, because it literally just came out. But they're so worth seeing. You know, I'll go to see something in the cinema if I've heard, like, really good stuff about it, because money. So there's 2 things are Zootropolis, also known in the States and everywhere else in the world as Zootopia. So good. Oh my god, I need to see it again. Just like everything an animated film should be. Also, that song by Shakira that's in it is so good. And it's worth seeing in the cinema because the animation is on point. Like all the animated fur and stuff, it's so cool. So good. And the other film, as you may have guessed from various memorabilia that has sat in the back of my videos, is Captain America Civil War. I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm just going to say that you need to go. Because you do. And it is so good, but I mean, it's the 3rd film of the Captain America series. So, you know, if you're into Marvel, go see it. And if you're not into Marvel, get into Marvel. And go see it. But watch the previous films, obviously. But yeah, go see it. The final thing I wanted to talk about, I mean, I would say it's books, but it's kind of not. It's more what comes behind that. I'm not making any sense. Starting in January, there was a show that was done by Freeform in partnership with Netflix called Shadowhunters. You may have heard of it, you may not have, I don't know. But this show is based off the books by Cassandra Clare, The Mortal Instruments, which is a 6-book series with a prequel trilogy that's set in the Victorian period, and there's now the first book of the next trilogy, which is set 5 years after the main series, which is kind of 2 separate trilogies, and you kind of, the way you read it in terms of the order is a bit weird. You go first 3 books, prequel series, second 3 books of the Mortal Instruments, and then Dark Artifices, Lady Midnight, etc. But that's another point. So, I watched this show because I love the books so much. The books are kind of my favourite. And not because they're like spectacularly written or, you know, just groundbreaking novels. Because, you know, I know they're not. But they were also my favourite books from like the ages of 13 to 18. So they were pretty monumental in kind of shaping my teenage experience. I mean, there was lots of things that shaped my teenage experience. But those books were, you know, I read them so many times. So many times. And after watching Shadowhunters, which, you know, I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with. There's some things I really like about it, there's some things I really don't. Just have to deal with that. That's what happens with adaptations. I won't get into that. But because of the show, I decided that whilst I was on holiday, I was going to reread the books. And I took the first 3 with me, and ended up having to download the other ones on my iPad and read all 6. I haven't read the prequel series yet, I might do that. But, you know, and I hadn't actually finished the main 6 before a couple of weeks ago. I got up to 5, and then life happened, and the 6th one came out. But life was still happening, and I kind of didn't read it until now, even though it's been like 3 years. Like, I just had a week where I was kind of away from life, which I love. I love having breaks from like the internet and the world, and just spending time with my family, even though they don't want me to do the things that I want to do on holiday, which is stay in bed and read all the time. But whilst I was on this holiday, I just reread that whole series, and it was just a really great time. Not so much because of the books, but because I had that break where I could just return to something that was really important to kind of my childhood. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but kind of a time when things were simpler. My kind of April encouragement favourite thing would be just to, you know, if you had a book series that really meant a lot to you, you know, either as a kid or a teenager, if you had something that was kind of really monumental in shaping who you were and was just really influential on your life, I really encourage you to reread those. Find, you know, whether you're going on holiday or, you know, your exams are done, you've just got a break from life for a bit, reread your favourite book or your favourite book series. You will not regret it. Like, it feels so good to just break away from things and kind of be reminded of a time when things were a bit easier. So yeah, that's kind of my last April favourite and encouragement. Just, you know, take some time for you that's completely away from everything else in your life and just kind of immerse yourself in something else that, you know, just feels good through and through. So yeah, that got a bit deep. Didn't quite mean it to, but yeah. So I've got a few other videos coming up. I don't know when they'll be done. I'm kind of mixed busy at the moment. I've got an exam coming up and I've got a couple of shows, so I've got rehearsals and revision and stuff. But knowing me, I'll kind of sweep the revision aside and do this instead. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you check out any of the products. And also let me know if you decide to reread your favourite books and what those are, because, you know, I might want to check them out. And also if you've got anything from this past month, or past few months in fact, that, you know, you've really enjoyed, no matter what that is. That can be makeup, that can be books, that can be films, music, whatever. Drop your recommendations down in the comments. I would love to hear them. You know, inspire me for next month. And yeah, so hope your April was really good, and I hope your May is even better and hopefully warmer than it currently is, because it's like 10 degrees outside and it's nearly May, which is depressing. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Feel free to like and subscribe and follow me on various things. I've got an Instagram specifically for this makeup thing that I'm doing now, and I've got my regular Twitter and that kind of thing. So until next time, bye guys!